When you look at the world, what do you really see? Do you see a patchwork of different countries, each with its own unique story? Or do you see one single, connected planet? It's a huge question, and it kind of gets to the very heart of who we are. So in this explainer, we're going to dive right into that tension. Are we more connected, or are we more divided?
Okay, take a look at this. It's a pretty powerful image, right? You've got all these national flags from all over the world, planted there on the moon, with our planet just hanging in the background. At first, it feels like this amazing vision of a united future. But if you look a little closer, what story is this image really telling us?
An image like that, it just forces you to ask a massive question. And it's really the core of what we're talking about today. Where are we, as a species, actually going?
To even start to tackle a question that big, we have to begin with how we see ourselves right now. And a lot of the time, that story begins with one of the most powerful symbols we have, the national flag.
You know, for hundreds of years, these pieces of fabric have carried so much weight. They represent borders, people, shared histories, a really powerful sense of who we are. They're pretty much the ultimate symbols of national pride.
I mean, think about it for a second. The stars and stripes or the Union Jack, they aren't just patterns, no way. They represent entire histories, revolutions, huge chunks of land, and the identities of millions and millions of people.
And that's true no matter where you look. The rising sun of Japan, the tricolor of Italy. Each flag is this instant, unique symbol for a different piece of the big human puzzle.
So, this is one way to see our world, as this grand mosaic of totally unique stories. Every single flag, from Spain to Canada and everywhere in between, represents a distinct identity, a whole separate chapter in the story of us.
But in the 21st century, is that the whole picture? Or is there another map, another layer to all this? Let's take a look by tracing our modern connections.
And this brings up a really interesting point. I mean, in our world today, where everything feels so globalized, where you can connect with anyone with just a click, where do all these separate identities actually meet up?
Well, have a look at this. This map tells a completely different story from the flags. This isn't about hard borders or separate countries. It's all about connections. What you're looking at is a web of pathways, these invisible threads that link major cities all across the globe.
This is really the other side of the coin. It shows that, yeah, we have our national flags, but we also live and work inside this huge global network, a reality that's built around our cities.
These are the hubs where it all happens, where ideas and money and culture just flow. The connections between cities like, say, New York and London, or Tokyo and Shanghai, they're like the circuits that power our modern world, and a lot of the time, they just bypass national borders completely.
Okay, so we've got these two really powerful, kind of competing ways of seeing the world. One of separate nations, and one of an interconnected global network. So how do these two ideas shape where we're going? To figure that out, let's circle all the way back to that incredible image on the moon.
So let's look at this one more time, but now with both of those perspectives in mind. We see the separate flags, right? The symbols of our different nations. But they're also all there together, on a totally new world, representing what could be a brand new chapter for all of humanity.
You know, it makes you think of that famous quote, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." But which one is this image really showing us? Is it a collection of small steps for each individual country? Or is it one giant leap for all of us together?
So which one is it? Is this picture a symbol of unity, of humanity making a shared achievement, taking a collective step into the future? Or is it just a new frontier for our old rivalries, with nations just planting their flags to stake new claims and bring our old divisions to new worlds? The truth is, we don't know. Not yet. The future isn't some fixed point on a map. It's completely unwritten. And it's still very much up to us to decide which of those paths we're going to take.
Which leaves us with one final, really crucial question. 100 years from now, what story will these flags on the moon tell? Will they be relics in a museum celebrating a moment when humanity finally got it together? Or will they just be territorial markers in a whole new arena for competition? That's the story we still have to write.